I was gonna say, out of all of like, the characters that like don't have powers, you know what I'm saying? Like, how would you rank them? What would Oliver Queen's ranking be in that? Like,
Oh, he's at the top. He's at the top. I mean, it's literally Batman and then Oliver Queen.
Oliver Queen.
I want to say Oliver Queen more than Batman because he doesn't use all of the gadgets. He just uses a fucking bow and arrow. You know what I'm saying? Like,
well, no. That's not fair. That's not fair.
He's got bows and arrows with different types of arrows, but it's mostly arrows. And he uses the arrows even as grappling hooks. He uses the arrows as bombs. He uses them it's mostly arrows and suited up.
That's like saying Hawkeye just uses arrows. That nigga has a whole slew of
arsenal
that does specific things. Like he can't just be like if he just had an arrow, cool. But if you shoot out an arrow and your arrow turns into a whole something else, and that's different, bro.
But Hawkeye has a sword too. I know he doesn't in the beginning, but and I mean, this dude's a mercenary. He's not a rich dude. Different story. But I agree. You're right. But I would still put Ollie over Hawkeye over.
I would too because of the money. Okay. I would compare in comparisons from DC to Marvel. You would compare Hawkeye to Oliver McQueen, but that's not a fair comparison. The fair comparison would be Iron Man to Oliver McQueen because they're both billionaires and they both have unlimited access and resources. So that's what I would look at him like, this dude's got money so long he can make things happen like this.
Or you can compare him to the Green Goblin too, because I mean, like he uses specific, you know what I'm saying? Like he uses.
Ooh, wow.
He's a rich guy that uses technology, you know what I'm saying, to basically do all of his bidding. You know what I mean? Like with his fucking the glider and the damn pumpkins and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like they're technically all in the same class.
That is a great point. I mean, freaking Oliver Queen is Norman Osborn. But on the right side of the battle of good and evil. That I never thought about that. Norman Osborn does one difference. Norman Osborn did inhale that gas. He is a little crazy. All right, Ollie doesn't have any augmentations, right? So
Norman, a little crazy.
He's a
psychopath. He's a psychopath, bro. Like
he's a little crazy. Okay, so there's that part,
No.
But other than that, you're right. Like you give somebody a multi-billion-dollar corporation and give them a motive to be evil, and then you get Norman Osborn. This is a really good combo. I didn't think about it. But yeah. Let me ask you this: does Peacemaker have powers?
No, he's just.
So is he on the list too?
Yeah, he's on the list too for sure. He's definitely on the list too.
And clearly he's under. And if you ask me, he's under Green Goblin. So
I was gonna say he's towards the bottom of the list.
I mean, not Green Goblin, but not Green Goblin. Green Arrow. He's under Green Arrow. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So all right. I'm cool with that. Yeah, but I'll probably take those two. There's a whole list that we didn't go through. Oh, I'm so sorry. I have to retract all those statements.
Yes.
Because if we're doing this as Marvel and DC, then I got to put T'Challa at the top of this list, right?
But
no, unless you give him the herb.
Yeah, the herb makes him strong, though. It's like he's a super. Okay, so T'Challa.
He technically doesn't have that. Gives him power.
T'Challa, Winter Soldier, and fucking goddamn Captain America are on the same because they're super.
No, not Captain America. No.
Yes,
Winter Soldier and Captain America. No, they got super. Yes, they got super serum. Yes.
But the whole
Vince.
Yeah, and Vince, what your argument is your argument is who doesn't have powers. It's not how did they get their powers. If you took the super serum, then you have powers. You have super strength. You have whatever, super speed, whatever the case may be. But you have powers. How you got them is not my concern.
So to my point,
Stephen Amell and Green Arrow does not have powers.
Has no powers.
So Stephen Amell and fucking goddamn Black Widow are like in the same class because you see what I'm saying? Like she don't have no powers. She's a boss ass bitch. You see what I'm saying? Like she's She was a fucking a KB soldier, you know what I'm saying? Like she's a Russian soldier, you know what I'm saying? But she don't have no superpowers, you know what I'm saying? She's just hella trained, and that's basically what Oliver McQueen is. He's super trained. He's got all the fucking gadgets, you know what I'm saying? Like, and I mean, Black Widow hooks up with all the rich people, and she got all the gadgets. So,
another thing I want to shout out about Oliver McQueen, and I want to just quote Omar Holben and say, I don't usually cape for white men, but when I do. He would say it would be Scott Summers and Matt Murdock, but for me, I'm gonna go ahead and cape a little bit for Ali. Ali did not get his training because he wanted to. He didn't get his training because he was scared and he wanted to. Oh, I want to fight crime and make sure that nobody else has their parents killed in an alley after a movie in downtown Gotham. He got dropped off at some weird ass island and had to fight his way off. You know what I'm saying? Like he didn't have no money, no gadgets, and all that shit on that island. He had to make bows and arrows out of sticks and stones and shit. So I give him a little bit more credit when it comes to like his fight cred, his hands cred, his development as a character cred. Because even though he did have the luxury of billions of dollars, that's not what made him into the Arrow. The island made him into the Arrow. Well, yeah, Iron Man's another one. Yo, we can go down the list of non-powered quote unquote superheroes. Another one that we hadn't mentioned is I just had his name on my.
What does he do? What's his power?
I mean, would you consider Daredevil? Is that a superpower? I mean, because he has heightened senses, right? But he got those senses because remember he had a chemical accident. I think he did. I think he does have superpowers. I think that his ability to see when he's blind, I think is his superpower. But his ability to do it to the level that he does,
like a fucking Jedi dog. He be force sensing that shit.
yeah, that's a good one too. Oh, don't even bring. Let me see who else. Okay, so we know. Hawkeye. We already said Clint's not one. Man.
So it would be like Elektra, Daredevil. It would be.
Well, Electro has powers. He fell into a bad.
No. She said Elektra. She said
Electra. Yeah, Electra. My bad. Electra.
Yeah, she don't have no powers. She's just be waving them fucking katana
Punisher.
things.
Punisher doesn't have no powers at all. Like he just is an army guy or military guy. So I mean, go down this whole list of non-superpower characters.